Hello, today I want to show you how to find scholarly journal articles through Cincinnati State's library databases. So first, start at our home page and then go to the menu and then click on Library. Now, go ahead and click on Search Articles, and you can begin by entering a general keyword. So I'm going to enter yoga and I'm going to click on Search Articles. Now, if you're at home, which you most likely are, or if you're off campus, you will have to enter your last name and your 7-digit college ID. So there are instructions here for how to find your 7-digit college ID if you don't know it, and so that's what I did. So you can just follow these instructions. So then click Login. Okay, so this takes me to this, it's called Academic Search Complete, and it's a database that has lots of different kinds of articles in it. So you can find magazine articles, you can find newspaper articles, and other types of articles. We are going to focus on peer-reviewed articles. So peer-reviewed articles are articles written by scientists, researchers, professionals in whatever field of study that they're working in. So peer-reviewed means that other researchers, professors, scientists have read the work that these researchers have completed and gave it the okay. They said this experiment looks good, everything looks good, and then it will then be published. So that's what we mean when we say academic journal. So peer-reviewed, scholarly, and academic journal all kind of mean the same things. So to find an academic journal article, you want to limit it to peer-reviewed. So first click on that. I also like to limit it to full text. That means you will have access to the entire article rather than just to the abstract, which is a short summary of the article. Now, next, I might want to limit my results to a more recent publication date. Like if I'm looking into recent research into yoga, I might want to say limit it to, let's do 2005 to 2017. Okay, so I still have a lot of results. So I want to do a couple more things. So I see some that aren't even in English, so you can even go down here and go to language and limit it to English. Okay, now if you have so many results, you can also enter another search term. So I'm not just going to write a paper about yoga. It's a really big topic, so maybe I want to look at yoga and mental health. And click search. All right, so now I have 858 articles. So I can look through these, or maybe I want to limit it even more. Maybe I just want to focus on children. All right, so I have some articles, and so I'll start looking through these. So if I find one that I'm interested in, I want to first click on the title. Now, this is a review, and sometimes a review might mean that it's not a full article, but a review of another article, but that might not be the case. So the first thing I want to do is look at the abstract, and this is the abstract. It is a short summary of what the article is about. Now, if I read it and I feel like I want to read the article, then I can go over here and click on PDF full text. Okay, now you'll notice that academic journal articles look different than magazine articles or newspaper articles. So first, the titles of the articles are generally pretty long and not that interesting. Sometimes there are many authors for a specific article, and that means there are different researchers who were working on this article. The first author is usually the most important one, so keep that in mind. Generally, the articles are divided into sections: introduction, method, results. There are graphs, discussion, more graphs, and so on. So when you're reading an academic journal article, it's a good idea to skim it first. So I generally like to first read the introduction. So that's important to take a look at. I will skim the method. I will skim the results. And then I'll take a good look at the discussion. And finally, there's a conclusion. I'll take a good look at that too. So that's where you should find some of the good ideas in the article. I mean, this is pretty short, but the conclusion shares the main idea that the authors want you to get out of the article. So there's generally good stuff there. Note that academic journal articles usually have a lot of references. Okay, so let's say I like this article. I can do a couple of things. I can download it to my computer and save it. I can print it. I can email it to myself. And here's the really good thing. I can cite it. So if you click on this little tab and scroll down to MLA, and then all you have to do is copy and paste this citation and put it on your works cited page. And it's updated for 2016 MLA format. So it's really, really useful. That's why I love getting research from this source. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go back to the results list. Now, academic journal articles are generally pretty complex. Like if I didn't know anything about yoga or anything about health, I might have a hard time reading these articles. So you want to make sure that you have some background on the subject matter that you're researching before you begin reading journal articles. Now, if you don't, you can also find more general articles through this database. So let's say I want to search the same things. I'm going to go down here and just unclick peer reviewed. Okay, now I can click on magazines. That will generally give me some more general information that is kind of for the general public. Academic journals and journals are often kind of the same thing, so I might not worry about that too much. I could also click on books. Sometimes newspapers will be available and you could read those. So then I could take a look at these articles. So the first one, it says a periodical, and yoga for the special child working with autism. It also provides an abstract. And then if I think I want to read it, I can go to PDF full text. All right, so this is from the source Yoga Therapy Today, which isn't exactly an academic journal, but it's written towards people who are in the field of yoga therapy. So you notice it's a little bit more accessible. There are photos, there are ads. The story might be easier for people to read. And in this one, there are references as well. So this would be a good source, like let's say you're just beginning to learn about yoga and autism. Okay. So there are some other articles here. They don't all look like they're useful, but they could be. Okay. So I hope this gives you an idea about how to find some different kinds of sources. I hope you use Academic Search Complete in your other courses. It's a really great resource that you have access to as a student at Cincinnati State. So these resources aren't available to people who aren't students or involved in a college or university. So please, use these. It's great stuff. And please email me if you have any questions, and I'm happy to help you. And have a great day.